How to make a travel blog website with Wix. Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing great. In this video, I will take you step by step through the entire process from scratch, and it's just going to be slow paced. I'm going to try to teach you everything that you need to know, basically. Not in much detail, just the basics of everything that you need to know, and that should get you started. So, first, you want to go to Wix.com, and then from here, you simply just want to sign up completely for free. And now let me just go ahead and tell you something real quick. If you are not intending to sell anything on Wix online, then you can actually create a fully free Wix website. Yes, it's not going to be the best. If you really want to make it a lot better, then in this case, you may want to actually upgrade. But mainly, the main features that you're going to be able to find in the free version. In this case, I'm actually going to be using the free version myself, and you can actually see the limit that you can actually do things with. But anyways, go to Wix.com, create your account, go to this main dashboard as you can see, and then we're just going to go and start by clicking on Create New Site from the top right corner. And by the way, I know it says Wix Studio on the top left, but this is going to be for the default Wix editor. We're not going to be using Wix Studio in this video. So I'm just going to click on Create New Site, and this is going to start the process right away for us. Now, this screen is going to be for Wix Studio users. If you want to use Wix Studio, you can just continue with this screen. But again, we're not using this, so we're just going to click on Build with the default Wix editor. Now, from here, it's actually going to show us this page, which is going to be creating our site with AI. This is going to give us a bunch of questions, and we simply answer them with prompts. And then through the prompts, the AI is better going to understand our site and what we actually want to create. Now, you can go for it if you want. You can start by clicking on Start Chat. But in my case, I actually prefer to go without chat. It's going to be a lot easier for me this way. So I'm just going to click on Setup without chat, like so. This is going to take us to this page, which you can feel free to skip, but I recommend that you don't, because you can actually go ahead and type what type of site you actually want to create. So let's just see if travel blog is a part of it. And yes, indeed it is. So we can actually select this. Now, this won't really make a detrimental difference. It's not really going to, if you skip this, it's too late for you now. It's just going to give you more things that are, you can say, better recommendations for you. That's pretty much all there is to it. So click on continue if you're following me. If you're skipped, it's completely fine. You just need to pay attention to the next step, because there is an app that you will need to install, which is the blog app. Which in my case is already installed, as we can see here, but for you it may not be installed for you. So here I'm just going to go ahead and give the site a name. So let's just do travel blog. I'm just going to name it travel blog. What is happening blog? There you go, and click on continue. And then from here, what is the pretty much the goals that we want for this site? I'm just going to do promote myself. Let's just do share knowledge, and that's pretty much it. We can click on continue, and next up is very important, which is the Wix apps. So the blog is built in because we have selected travel blogs, but if you have skipped that step, or created things using AI and you did not mention any blog of some sort, then it's not going to be installed for you automatically. Now, don't panic. You can feel free to install it yourself, which is very easy. It's from the editor itself. You can find App Market and then install apps. And I'm going to show you once we actually open up our site designer. Anyways, so here's just going to show you a bunch of different apps that you can feel free to install. But I think for the sake of, travel blogs, a blog is pretty much all you actually need. So I'm just going to leave it as it is and click on continue. So this should actually show us you're all set and continue to dashboard. Just go ahead and click on that. And this is going to take us to the main dashboard. Now, this is going to be a very important place for you. It's pretty much where you actually go to your site each and every single time. You want to go to your home page, and here you can just find a bunch of stuff. This is going to be the main dashboard with a bunch of stats and stuff like that. You should be able to see the blog section here if you have installed the app. If you followed along and you have installed the app, you should be able to see it. If you don't see it, again, you did not actually install the app. which I'm going to show you how to. Anyways, we can go to settings first. If you click on settings from the main dashboard and go to the general settings, you may want to go to business information here and start adding some stuff about yourself, like the logo, the name, stuff like that, the location. If you want to add that as well, you can feel free to do so. But anyways, aside from that, we are pretty much set. The first step is going to be designing our site. The second step is going to be setting up our actual blog. So let's just go in and do that. So to design your site, you simply just go to the home page and always just click on the top right corner. You should be able to find design site, but later on you should be able to see it as edit site. Regardless of what it actually says, go ahead and click on it. And if it's your first time, it's going to show you this unique page, which is how would you like to design your website, whether it's going to be customizing through a template, which I personally like better, or you can just generate a design with AI, which again is going to be more of a prompt thing that you add, and then it's just going to create it for you. Now, I recommend that you go for a template because you can just pick any template for any content. For example, we want to do about travel blogs. We can really just do something about technology, and then if we like the design, we can just pick that and change the content within it. It's very simple. So I'm just going to click on pick a template myself. So I already picked a template which has nothing to do with travel blogs, but I'm just going to use it because it actually looks good for me personally. And this is what you actually need to go for, because at the end of the day, the content within it, you are going to be able to change it. So whatever template you actually like, go ahead and click on edit on it, and this is going to open up this page for you. You can simply just exit out of this if you don't want it, and we can actually, read more about it. We have add elements, add sections, pages, and menu, site design, add apps, which is very important if you have not installed the blogs app. My Business Media CMS. Okay, so now if you skipped around and you did not actually install the blog app, you're going to be able to find it from here. Just click on add apps, go to the app market, and just search up Wix blogs, and you should be able to find it right away and install. So we can just do blog, and it's going to be this one, Wix blog. You just go ahead and click on it, and you should be able to find add to site. Click on it again, and you should be good to go. So now that we're on our actual site here, we can feel free to start adjusting things within it. Now, customizing your site, I'm not really going to dive deep into it, but it is a very simple process. If you want to really adjust anything, you simply just click on it. And once you click on it, you can feel free to change the background, change the design aspects, or even layout. Now, let's say we want to change the background for this. Simply just click on change background after you actually click on it, and then just go and pick a background. If you want to upload from computer, simply click on image, give it a sec, and then just click on upload media from the top left corner. Same goes for video as well. If you want it to be a solid color, just click on color and pick the color that you actually like. Okay, so if you want to adjust the text, just go and click on it. Again, you have the options that appear on top of anything that you click on, and you can just click on edit text. This is going to allow you to start writing whatever you want. And you also have the options to format it more or further with these options here, like change the color of the text, font size, things like that. If you want to just highlight a specific word and change it, for example, we have business here as red. We can just highlight any other word and change it. So we can change the color for it. For example, let's just make it also red, for example. And we can actually see that only this changes. Now, if you want to add something instead of editing something, again, it's going to be very simple. You want to basically go to add elements from the top left corner. And then from here, you have different types of elements that you can add. So images, buttons, strips, which are pretty much, empty spaces that you can add things to or attach something to. Boxes, anchors, things like that. There's plenty that you can actually go ahead and add. And you simply just drag and drop, and you're good to go. So once you actually install the blog app, if we just go to pages and menu, we should be able to find the blog pages. Mainly two of them. The first one is going to be blog, which is going to be the main one, which is going to include all the different posts that you have. As you can see, you're going to see the different layouts and stuff like that. And then we also have the other one, which is going to be posts. This is going to be for individual posts for each blog post, basically. So you can read more about it and things like that. So in order to actually start adding your own blogs or blog posts, we can start by going back to the main dashboard. So just go to the Wix logo on the top left, click on Go to Dashboard. And let's just go ahead and give it a sec. And then from here, we simply just want to go to blog. If you click on blog, you should be able to set up a few different things here. So the first thing is going to be, you have a bunch of overview things here, like create your first blog post and things like that. But let's say we just want to click on posts and start with this. So we can just click on that and click on create new post from the top right corner. From here, we can just start writing our blog post. So it's going to be a very simple process. You want to start by adding your title, your subject, and then you would want to start adding whatever you want to add here when it comes to text. Let's say you want to add an image. You simply just, you're going to be able to find this plus icon right next to the text, tab or space. And then from here, you simply can add images, galleries, videos, different files, tables, a bunch of different things as you can see in front of you. And you simply just click on whichever element that you want to add, and it's going to be added for you. If it's an image, you would want to obviously upload media or use from media from Wix. If you want, so let's just go in and use this purple image, for example, and click on Add to Page. Okay, so now it's pretty much the image is going to be right over here, and you have a bunch of different settings here for that specific image. For example, we want it to be compact. We don't really want it to be standard, and it's just going to be a lot smaller here for us. Next up, we can just go and start. If you want to add a caption to it, you can feel free to do so. And if you don't really want that, just hit enter right next to it, and it's just going to take you to the next line. If you want to start adding a header, you can just feel free to do it from here, and then you can just switch to paragraph and you get the idea. Hopefully you know how to actually write an actual blog. So good luck with that. Next up, you have a bunch of stuff here like AI tools, monetization, translation, and more things like that. So all of these things are going to help you. Obviously, when it comes to bullet points and formatting, it's going to all be at the top here. So I'm just going to do heading 2, and then I'm just going to click on publish. This is our first blog post. And now let's just go back to our site and refresh. And also actually go to the blog page instead of the posts one. The posts one is going to be where people actually read the post itself. The blog one is just going to highlight all the different blogs that you do have. And by the way, as this is loading, you do have a bunch of stuff like comments, categories, tags, writers, monetization, analytics. All of these things you can feel free to set up from here. So if you want to start by creating different categories for travel, perhaps each country is going to be a certain category. It really doesn't make a difference how you want to set apart these categories. It's completely up to you and how you actually want to have it. So you can actually go in and do categories as, per continent maybe, or country. It's up to you. And then obviously you can add posts to each individual category. So let's just go to pages and menu and go to blog. And then from here, we can actually see within the all posts tab, we can actually see the different blogs that we have. Now, if you want, you can actually go in and click on the blog feed itself. And then from here, you can simply just click on quick edit. And this is going to show you different things like the title, post list, whether you actually want to change the different posts that are going to be available or things like that. If you want to change the layout, it's also going to be an option over here. Click on add a section, but I don't think that you can actually do much here. Unless this is going to help us, but nope. It's going to take you pretty much to the same exact page. Obviously, you can feel free to change the background to it or even add a section on top of it or beneath the actual thing. But the actual layout and stuff like that, you're constricted a little bit when it comes to the, the things that you can actually do with this. But all the posts are actually going to show up in here, right over here. and it should all be in this one place. But if you see it from the blog post side of things, it's going to be more like the actual reader's perspective. And again, you can feel free to change a few things. For example, the actual if you click on this, you can feel free to change the stretch. You can actually make it full stretch and things like that. And if you want to actually change the background for the section itself, you can feel free to do it from here as well. So this is pretty much all I can show you for this video. Hopefully you found this video to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.